What's happening, everybody? I caught a Lian Li Evo in stock, so this is a video on swapping my PC parts into this case. So I'll go over to the parts in the build. This is a MSI B550 motherboard with Trident Royal Z at 3600. The AIO is a nzxt and it is a 360mm rad. The CPU is a Ryzen 7 5800X. Now this is a very versatile case. You can invert it. You can, completely build the opposite direction. You can install a graphics card where I have my radiator at. With the kit that comes in, they have a mesh front kit for it. I didn't buy any of the extra accessories with it, so this is just how it comes and how you get it with no extra accessories. And but eventually would like to put the graphics card where the radiator is once everything is water cooled, but that's in the future. For now, this is a pretty awesome case. Now, there is absolutely plenty of room in the back to cable management, because I end up using some cable extensions for the motherboard and the graphics card. I just think the cable extensions make it look a lot cleaner. Now, one thing I will say, the USB cable that plugs into the motherboard, it might benefit for getting a 90-degree adapter, because I'll explain later on the video when I put the bottom fans in. I am surprised that I don't break this USB cable, but I just didn't. I wasn't aware of it. I didn't notice it until I was pushing up against it. So this is a EVGA 1000 supernova power supply. And I like tucking my AIO lines in behind my motherboard cable. Makes it a tad bit cleaner. Simple cable extensions, I think they go a long way. Keep everything really nice. Alright, now on for the GPU. I have an MSI 3080 Gaming Trio Z. So what I did here, I took 2 of the plates and I stacked them. And then once I screwed that in, and then I put the card in, and I put a 3rd plate, and this helps with GPU sag. That's not really visible. I didn't want to have nothing holding up one end. And then the bracket that comes with the card is absolutely terrible. It does nothing, and it's bulky, and it looks really, really ugly. So this is a good way to help the GPU sag on these big cards. So as you can see, I stacked 2 together, and then I'm going to come in with the 3rd one. Now I tried it with the 3rd one that came with the case, but I had an extra one laying around from my older case because I did the same thing to my older case. Now when you put the 3rd plate in, you need to break off. I broke off each corner, that way I could just slide it through the bottom portion to actually help the sagging. .24-pin cable combs. You won't get enough in this one pack, but I had another pack laying around from my previous build. I put the extras on the GPU cables, and just turns out super clean with them all bunched together and straight in line. Now, if you didn't notice, I got ahead of myself. I didn't put the bottom fans in before I put the GPU in, but this Evo case, all the fan mounts come out. I still would recommend putting the fans in first, because GPU just gets in the way. But it is doable if you do get ahead of yourself like I did. These fans are the Arctic P12s. They are a PWM fan. They're really good for the price. You get 5 of them for like $34 on Amazon. So I put 10 of the 120mm fans in, and then I had 2 140s, and then I put that on the back of the radiator, as you'll see later on the video. Now, this is the part I was talking about, that USB cable to the motherboard. As you'll see, I'll push on it pretty hard, and I'm surprised I didn't break it. I obviously didn't know because the GPU was blocking my vision. I was like, wow, why is this not going in? And realized that I was literally just pushing on that cable. I didn't break it, so that's all that matters. But I don't know if a 90-degree adapter would help, because it would probably hit the bottom of the case then. So I'm curious what other people have done. But like, once you get in there, it's not that bad. I mean, it's tight fit, but it doesn't really affect it at all. Same goes for the top mount. This bracket comes out as well. I use 3 120mm fans as well up top for exhaust. So the fan configuration is 6 intake and then 4 exhaust. And then I have 2 140s on the other side of the radiator. I like the way this case does the SSD and hard drive mounting. So as you can see right here, all these fan cables, I tie up to get out of the way so I can do the main power supply cables first, because then the last thing I do is the fan cables. This case does it has plenty of room for cable management to do. I could have done it a little bit better, but the cable extensions, if I didn't have those, if I had like a set like cable mod where I didn't have to use the cables that came with the power supply and just come the cable mod you can buy, just, you know, whatever color you want and length and the amount you need. That way you have less cables in the back of your case, and it turns out a little bit cleaner. But this case does a nice job of handling all this bulk. I'm just using some 3M double-sided tape right there and mounting the fan controller. And last part is getting all the fan cables to the fan controller. Again, if you had Lian Li fans, they connect to each other, and then you have one cable per like 3 sets. It's they're really nice fans, but this is what like I said, these fans are cheap. This is what I had in my other case, so I just transferred everything over. So all in all, once you put the plate on, it looks really nice. The cable management it's okay. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it, but it looks good. Now all these side panels just snap in. You can apply the secure screw that comes with it, but it's not needed. These things, like, they're really secure with just snapping them in. Alright, if you made it this far, I appreciate you watching the video. I will have some comparisons on the older case versus this case on temperatures. Because I didn't expect much, but actually got quite a bit. I was surprised on the temperature drops I got in this, and I know there's about 4 more fans in this case than I had in my previous case.